Recommendation number 1. For the sake of our brothers, sisters, friends, neighbors, and parents, I request the Electoral Commission to be cautious of the Uganda's stake. If you do risk analysis, it has never been risky like it is to hold elections in 2021. A country is far better than the interests of a single person. We speak about it every day. A person can go, but Uganda want to go away. So the interests of the country should be above each and every individual. Country before self. My prayer would be to remove the incumbent from the race first. We have the 10 contest, then he runs with the winner when next offered. For the Electoral Commission is in a terrible situation now. We can't campaign on the same platform, and more so when the incumbent is in the same race with all the state resources. There is no way. This is nature. A person who is feeding you, you can't just back at him. Because the fact is, even the Electoral Commission doesn't know the result. What if the result comes out negative? What if the result comes out positive? So, we are being so curious. We are being so curious. We are because the fact is he has the boss, he has the guns, he has the money, he can influence everything. So I request that these people first race, and then one person races with him. That's my argument. Let them first give us their manifestos. Because if you are at the competition of listening to their manifestos and these manifestos, we are not coming out with similar answers. We are likely to miss a point. We are likely to miss a point. That's why I'm requesting like that. Because this is possible. It's scientific. Though it would be concentrating more power, but at least it will give us, we don't have time to give our manifestos out. This is the reality. And this has been happening. Our manifestos cannot percolate into each and every voter. We can remove gatherings. It is possible we can remove gatherings because we see when they gather more, they can easily contract the disease and spread it. So we can remove gatherings. We can increase time. Because the only challenge why we cannot hit the target is that the time is small to convey this message. The time is so small, yet we have a big number of people that need to hear the message. So what should we do? We should increase the time, advocate for debates, broadcasts on TV. Like we had almost during Corona, we had daily updates about COVID-19 from the president. So why can't we have debates every day when candidates are debating? Because the challenge we get is that you go to a radio station, it is so remote, people can't see, people can't actually know what is happening at the radio station. One is at this radio station, one is at another radio station. Like it was. There is a time, because this is a matter of national importance, we can incorporate it into the system. It is possible. The fact that we saw it happen in COVID-19, in the corona incidences last time during the quarantine, it can still happen now. We can still have debates broadcasted each and every day for the 60 days. There we are sure. If they are not there, they are doing door-to-door. This is very possible. You know that you go, your people are doing door-to-door, you tell them they will be listening to the radio. Usually people are not there, like in villages where they don't have radios. You can put Bizindaro, these microphones and everything, these Mukalakasa, public address system in those areas. You can put those public address systems in the areas, and as they are broadcasting, people are listening. They can even be removed and postponed. Instead of destroying the future, you are trying to secure. Because there's no way you can go into a future without your people. There's no way you can secure people's future without them. We saw kids lose their, we saw a kid, a 14-year-old boy, lose his lower limbs, the legs. Will that boy be having a future? First of all, do you know how that boy has gotten perturbed psychologically? So you have to be so cautious. Instead of destroying our future, rather protect it. Instead of securing our future, protect it now. Let's deny the incumbent the ground he wants. Avoid violence, for in Uganda violence mistreats and undermines the efforts of the struggle. Let's try to be tolerant for a lot is happening. Violence later divides us as the opposition. Let's concentrate on the common interests and resist the diversion. This I'm telling you, nobody is skilled like Sevo in fighting. He was a spy, he's a rebel. And also being a rebel, there are these younger rebels. He's among the rebels who started the guerrilla war, ambush, attack. So you mean when he was learning attack, he did not learn defense? So let's be curious, because now we are unlucky. We have cameras everywhere. Our brothers and sisters that engage in the riots and do all those funny stuff, they fall back on you. They come back and take you when you're even not aware. So we request, in case you need to know how to fight, I will give you a book called The Art of War. One day in 2019, my dad wanted to write a book from Museveni. He loved Museveni so much. So I told him that give me scenarios that make you love Museveni. I will write for you a book based on what you have written. But the only thing he spoke about was he helped them come from the war side. So you have to be curious when you are struggling to get this out. People still have that trauma that they went through. So any case that tries to resemble the trauma they went through, it denies us support and it makes us more weak. We can't beat such people. At least if we get guns, then we can attack a person with a gun. They are in civilian uniform. They are not having, like, you cannot differentiate them from you. They have planted them everywhere. They are part of you. At the stage where you stay, they are there. So they know when you begin, they know where to find you. And it's not fair to have people die. You know, when you are in a war, when a warrior dies, we increase morale. But when an innocent person dies, morale doesn't increase. It will just die. Because for sure, if I'm with you in a war and we have started together, and you die, I will want to save that life. I will revenge. But innocent lives are dying. They're not in war. They're not part of the war. So we advise for restructuring and re-strategizing. Don't underestimate Museveni. This I tell you, don't underestimate him. And don't kill your brother because he's putting on a yellow shirt. We cannot win elections with only the opposition power. We also need the status quo. Because the status quo participates in the election, and the change also those who are seeking for change also participate. So if you kill them and they retaliate back, we shall be losing thrice. We are losing lives, we are losing voters, and we are losing support. So we need to be cautious about this. We need to be tolerant. And Museveni agitates you. What I advise is that you go read that book, The Art of War. It's available online. Download it, read about it. You understand that what Museveni does, it has where it originates from. And don't underestimate Museveni. We need to be cautious. We should not underestimate him. That's what I can advise Uganda. Don't underestimate him. He's willing to kill all of us. If you come in violent ways, he's willing. Let's deny him the chance of doing so. Let's deny him the chance. And more so, for all these years, from 2011, you think Museveni has not been preparing for such a moment? Everywhere there are cameras. If you are not caught by a friend's camera, you are caught by a government camera. So, let us try to restructure and strategize. But personally, I believe violence cannot take off this man. And I have reasons to believe. I have read about Museveni, and the little I know about him, I know he's willing to put the situation under control. And the only thing we can trust now is if we can remove him from his seat using the election process. So that's why I'm calling upon you people to help us push this forward for a better future. We need the people to secure their future. So the future I want to create, the new future I want to create for Ugandans cannot be without people. I therefore cry to you that engage wisely. Engage wisely. This man is not that he's not wise. The man is wise and intelligent. So it hurts us to see that people die. Most so, you can't imagine. The health system is compromised. When you are given, when they shoot at you, there are higher chances that when you reach the hospital, you won't survive. When they shoot at an innocent person, by the time they reach Mulago or anywhere, or a big hospital around, they cannot survive. Clinics are around, but they cannot manage that. We can't even transfuse blood from clinics. Even ambulances don't have blood for transfusion. These ambulances we say are just cars. They cannot transfuse our injured patients. So let's be curious and be vigilant. The days are over. Let's manage this change. We can manage the change, Ugandans. You can manage the change. Thank you.